Whew, I'm excited anytime I get to rip something, but today we're ripping baseball. Couldn't tell you the last time I ripped baseball, but today I got my guy Jared with me. This is J Nice Cards on Instagram. Make sure you go follow him. He knows way more about this stuff than I do, so I figured if I was gonna rip baseball, I should have somebody that knows what's happening. Like if I pull a big card and don't say anything, then you guys will make fun of me. He's gonna tell me I should be excited about it. So we're ready to go. We're ready to rip here. This product came out last Wednesday. It's already gone up, what we say, 30%.
Yeah, 30%.
Like the wax prices have. It's a little crazy to me. Geez, these things are huge. They're heavy. We got 3 boxes each that we're going to rip here. Give you the top half. And then let's see if I can do the drop. I don't believe. I feel like I should have done it all together. There we go. That's not bad. It's not bad. I'll take that. I'll take it. All right. So the last time I think I ripped baseball was when I just first started baseball's program. I think we had a month in there where I was like, we'll give it a shot. But yeah, we've got a baseball Plaque Plus program. I'm the coach of my son's Little League team. I feel like I should just know more about the baseball side of the hobby. I loved baseball. I played baseball pretty much my whole life until college. So you played baseball in high school too, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I loved it. It was like my life for such a long time. And then I got to college and became a football head through and through. Oh yeah, I forgot about these little guys.
Yeah.
We'll keep these. You ever pull anything out of these?
Yeah, actually I pulled a Nick Prado auto out of 25 the other day.
Dude, what? How did you know?
I pulled a Will Clark auto. He's a Hall of Famer, I think.
Dude, let's go. Well, why not?
So
why not rip them then? Add a little value to the case.
You can kind of tell in these, the thicker ones usually will have an auto or a refractor, numbered refractor in them.
Good to
and
know.
they're always the last card, at least in my experience.
I got a Nick Prado. Am I saying it right?
I think so. Prado.
That guy.
Man,
So much to learn. So far behind it.
I saw someone pulled a Randy Johnson superfractor out of one of these.
What?
So 1 of 1.
Dude, the bird killer. It sucks. There you go, Mike Trout. Vinny Pasquantino. I'm going to butcher some names.
My office floor after opening 2 cases of
Oh,
this.
dude, I've seen some of the videos with people that have just a ridiculous amount of trash on the floor.
So
I believe it.
what's neat about these packs is you can kind of tell where your parallels are going to be. They're right in the middle.
Oh, okay.
What I was doing is you can see they're upside down.
Yeah.
So what I was usually doing is I would take the back of them, flip it around, and make the last cards that I pull the hits in the pack.
Okay.
I don't know if it's... I like doing that. I like the suspense.
Nice.
I like building up to it, but some people
cool.
don't.
It's like a...
Yeah, it's an insert, and there's a bunch of guys, a bunch of aces. Some are still playing, some are retired.
That's sick.
But it's a pretty cool set.
Yeah, it's like a playing card. I like that.
And there's, if you see on the back, if there's a blue, was it in purple or blue? Or purple. So there's a parallel that the back is blue.
Okay.
And then there's another parallel. There's a couple other parallels that'll be numbered, but the blue one is like it's just the first parallel.
Gotcha. So I have no idea who the rookies. I know like 3 names. So I'm just gonna shout out rookies to you. Jonathan Aranda.
Yeah. He's not one of the guys that I'm looking after.
Sure. So maybe that's a good place to start. Tell me the guys that you're looking after.
So I'm looking for Gunnar Henderson for sure. He's
Okay.
the number 1 prospect in baseball right now. He doesn't have a base rookie card, but he does have an auto rookie, Corbin Carroll. I'm really high on Corbin Carroll. He came up last year. He did pretty well. I think he's going to continue to do well. Michael Harris, I can't remember if he won Rookie of the Year or if he was just in the running for it. He plays for the Braves, and he has a really good. He had a really good season as well. Miguel Vargas for the Dodgers is a guy I'm looking for. Some people are high on Shea Langeliers. He's with the A's, but he came up with the Braves in their system. He's a catcher. I'm trying to think who else. I don't really focus on pitchers, but there are a couple of good pitchers out there. Matthew Liberator. I can't remember some of the other guys, but yeah, those are some of the bigger guys that I'm looking for. I mean, some people like Nolan Jones, Nolan Gorman for the Cardinals. Riley Green is the other big guy. He was doing Riley Green. Riley Green was doing really well in the minors. Got called up, went to training camp with the Tigers last year, and then got injured right at the end, and just never really took off after that. So those are some of the guys that I'm looking for.
I'll try to remember those names. And so, like, you know, we're going to have another video after this where we kind of talk about some of the things that I've already learned from you. But so this is the first Topps rookie. So every single player that we see here that has a Topps rookie also has a Bowman first somewhere, right?
Most of the time, yes. Sometimes no. Like Juan Soto is kind of weird. I can't remember. He had a first Bowman auto, but he didn't have a first Bowman base. So his first, it gets kind of weird, but in theory, yes, everyone will have a first Bowman, and then eventually they'll have their rookie card. So here's one of the retired Nolan Ryan aces. Cool. Another rookie to look for, Brett Batty with the Mets.
Okay.
I like him. I think a lot of people are really high on him as well. But this class is just... There's a reason that it went up 30% within a week. This rookie class is just loaded with guys that could do really well. And a lot of guys that were really hyped up coming up as prospects. Oswaldo Cabrera for the Yankees is another one. Anyone who wears the pinstripes is going to sell well.
Makes sense.
Or collect well. There's going to be a market for them. I don't care too much for the pitchers, but J.J. Bleday is another rookie for the Rangers. I can't remember if his name is pronounced Josh Jung or Josh Young. It's Jung. He's a guy to look for. I think he's got a ton of power potential, but we'll have to see.
So any of these rookie guys that are here right now, have you been investing in their prospect cards?
Corbin Carroll. I remember when this is back in 2019 in like October, a buddy of mine and we split a 10-case player break of Bowman Draft. It was 2019 Bowman Draft Chrome. We split that break. I think it was Hobby Legends that we did the break with. And we ended up getting a haul of Corbin Carroll. I still have a bunch of them, but we definitely made our money back real quick. But we're still sitting on, between the two of us, about 6 or 7 of his autos that are all PSA 10s. I think the best one is a Blue Wave. There you go. First auto out of it, George Kirby.
George Kirby.
Not exactly the guy we're searching for, but...
it's an auto.
It's an auto, and it's on card.
Yeah.
And I think that's a rookie, right?
I want to say it was.
Should say.
So I don't see the rookie symbol.
Then no. So it's not. Another guy, I don't know that he's not really a big name at this point, but just for the sake of when you see him, Roger Clemens' son, Cody, I think, Cody or Corey, is in this as well. He's a second baseman in the Tigers system.
Interesting. There's so many guys.
Here we go.
Sons.
Chris Bryant, game used patch.
Hey, former Cubber.
A lot of good market on him just because he played for the Cubs for so long.
I still root for Chris Bryant, man. I want him to do well. I think that's our third Riley Green right there.
Nice. Out of one box?
Oh, well, you had the one.
Oh, okay.
That's definitely my second.
That's kind of the nice thing about Jumbo is you do tend to get more, you get multiple base of one player. I know, base isn't what everyone's hunting for, but... you can really make up a lot of ground on what you spend by grading some of the bigger guys. That's a cool card. It's a team card, but it's a gold foil, so it's a shorter print run than your rainbow foil, which looks like silver. But
hey, it's my team though. Back. It's my team,
and they're celebrating a win. It looks like.
That's right. It's rare. Good stuff.
Another guy people are looking for and are really big on, Adley Rutschman, first baseman, I think, or no, catcher. Or he might have moved. Yeah, he's a catcher for the Orioles.
It's definitely a name that I've heard many times.
I think, he was the number 1 pick.
That's another thing I think is so interesting about baseball when we compare it to football is like how many of the first round draft picks don't pan out. Like in base, because you're like in the NFL. In my opinion, in the NFL, if you're drafting somebody in the first round, they either A, need to be a franchise changer, or a potential week 1 starter, especially in the top half of the first round. That's just kind of how I've always looked at the NFL draft. Where in baseball, your number 1 pick, he might not play for your big league team for 3 to 4 years, and you're okay with that, right? Like,
well, and think about this. I mean, you played high school baseball. How many guys did you play with in high school, either on your team or against, that got drafted and never even played? I mean, I can think of 4 or 5 guys from my hometown, from that area, that they got drafted and either they never even made it to the minors or they turned down an offer to go play college and then never made it back to playing.
Yeah.
And then there are guys that you're like, how did that guy get drafted?
Yeah.
Tatis Gold out of 2023. So
Okay, then.
I'm high on Tatis this year. I know a lot of people are, despite the steroid allegations.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. Okay, so Gunnar Henderson refractor.
Nice.
Let's go.
Rainbow.
A rainbow. I said the wrong thing. It's not
Rainbow
refractor.
foil.
Rainbow foil.
Even though it does not look like a rainbow.
You got Andrew Benintendi out of 499 right behind it. And then Manny Machado game used relic. That pack smacked.
Yeah, that's one of the nice things about
Pinstripe
Topps,
in
and I don't know, and this is before Fanatics even took over. One of the nice things about Topps is that most of the patches, or the relic cards, I should say, are game used in the flagship product, which is really nice.
Jared and I talk a lot about eBay auctions and eBay auction strategies, and we both run auctions fairly often. Do you do it every month?
I try to do it once a month. I try to run, but when I do mine, my strategy is a little bit different. By the way, this is one of the, so you get 2 relic cards in a box, and these are much thicker. It's a commemorative helmet card this year.
Interesting.
So it's called this, or maybe not helmet, commemorative City Connect cards. So it's usually just a logo of the city. This is Manny Machado.
Sure.
But pretty cool cards.
Yeah,
they can be numbered. But yeah, I do auctions probably once a month. I try to do mine all in one day. And usually what I'm trying to do when I do my auctions, I'm just trying to clean house a little bit and get rid of the cards that haven't sold in the month, just to make room for new inventory and to keep things moving.
Yeah, I mean, I jumped on his auctions this last round and found a whole bunch of stuff that I was very surprised was going for as cheap as it was.
Yeah.
It's kind of part of the beast when you do it. When you run the auctions, we do auctions. We list about 500 every other week, and so our next round is actually going to start listing tonight. And our goal with those is to kind of do a lot of outreach. We want to meet new collectors by sending our stuff out, and so we don't mind pricing everything at $4.99. What's cool about our auctions too is it's $5 shipping no matter how many cards you get. So if you win 100 auctions, you're only paying $5 for shipping. But yeah, there's all kinds of room for steals in there. And if you're in our Pack Plus program, which is our subscription box, you get free shipping. Yeah, both of us at any given time, you usually have yours end on Saturday.
Yeah, that's what I've been doing lately. I may change that up. I've heard Sundays are good. But honestly, I think you get into a lot of arguments with everybody. Everyone has their own preference. I don't think there's a wrong day to do it. If you have the right cards, people are going to buy them.
Okay, so I feel like I got something good here.
Well, that's not bad. Yeah, that's the red foil.
Out of 199,
Brett Beatty?
Brett Beatty.
Beatty?
That guy.
That's a pretty solid card. You're already doing better than my 2 cases.
Hey, let's go. Let's go. Centering, looking all right.
Yeah, it looks pretty solid. And that's the other nice thing. Even though these are paper product, they usually have pretty good quality control. The centering is, this year it's not bad. I think I pulled, out of 2 cases, I probably pulled about 20 each of the rookies, or of each rookie base. I would say out of them, 14 or 15 are probably gradable out of 20.
Really?
Which is, I mean, I don't know that I'm going to grade that many. That's $20 a card for, base cards that I might get, if they get back in time, they might be worth $60, $70.
Sure.
But a 9 is barely going to cover your grade cost. I don't know that it's worth the risk. So
this is the Adley Rushman. Actual rookie card.
That is his actual rookie card.
Interesting.
Yep. A Mike Schmidt out of 75. I haven't gotten my auto yet, so
Dude.
I've still got a banger coming.
Yeah, there you go. It's hiding from me. So I should have another relic coming.
You should have the City Connect.
The City
patch.
Connect, yeah.
I don't get those sometimes. They're they're really there's no connection to anything. I don't know why. Like
City Connect. What are we gonna call this? City Connect.
It's literally just a rubber. It's literally just a rubber logo of the city. I got one last year. I forget what their patch was last year, but it was Wander Franco, and it was numbered to 199. And I graded it, thinking, you know what, it's worth $20,
Right.
and I don't want someone to return it, and so I graded it thinking maybe I'll get a 9, and it ended up getting a 10. That PSA, and I ended up selling it for like $200.
I got Jonah Bride, the like gold foil.
I don't know who he is, but the gold foil is definitely a shorter run.
There's so many names I don't know.
Yeah, that's.
But it's like, I feel bad about it because these guys have been playing. You know, they're so much better at baseball than I am, and they've been, like put their life into it. So like when I feel or I don't know somebody's name, I'm like, if they have a Topps baseball card, I should know the name.
Well, I mean, they essentially they have a football team roster. You know, when you think about it,
Yeah.
right? It's what 50,
Including
50 players in the clubhouse.
53 is the roster for
on
football.
the roster. I think it's. I want to say it's around 50 on a major league roster. But then you also got to think most teams also have at least 3 minor leagues and a rookie ball club.
Yeah.
You know, that's a lot of guys out there. And I mean, think about how deep the draft is. It's,
Yeah.
I mean,
Forever. I'm a little offended I didn't get drafted. Prado. That's not
bad.
gold foil.
no, that's a gold, and it's numbered out of whatever year the set is.
2023.
So 2020.
So I got auto number 2 in this box.
You got a second auto?
This is a second auto, all in box
Same
1.
box.
Yeah.
Is that- no,
Oscar
I thought it was-
Gonzalez.
Thought it was Corbin. You got my hopes up.
Out of 25.
Not bad.
Oscar Gonzalez.
Got the hot box over here.
Let's go then. And I got the Randy Johnson Bird Killer Ace. I'm never going to say that again. I feel so bad about it. I feel like he
I
felt
got
bad
my
about
rookie.
it.
Sean Bouchard for the Rockies.
The Rockies.
No clue who he is. Like you said, I feel bad about that.
Incredible baseball player. Way better than us.
He's great.
I'm hyped to have his autograph. It shows that I need to learn more. Not that he needs to be better.
Oh, look at that. Follow your Randy Johnson with my own Randy Johnson.
Yeah, that one's numbered.
$2.99
So it's got a black back.
with a black back instead of the purple.
So like one thing I haven't been looking for whatsoever is the SPs, which I understand are.
Yep.
It says it on the back.
So the SPs, I haven't pulled any. I opened 2 cases, one hobby case, one jumbo case, and I did not pull a single short print. Now,
Really?
I do believe they are super short prints instead of just your normal short print. I think that's what the SSP stands for.
Okay,
right?
yeah.
What I've been doing though is after I pull cards, so I've been piling up my rookies as I get them, and I've just been like flipping through the backs of them
Sure.
just to make sure. Good thing to do with your cards, regardless. I did this yesterday and found a card numbered out of 99 that I had overlooked.
It's 3rd Riley Green in this box.
Jeez.
My box, 2 autos, 3 Riley Greens, Tatis foil there.
And you got the other nice cards too.
Yeah.
A couple of
Willie
nice
Adames.
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 I think that's how you say it.
My bad, dog. My bad, Willie.
He deserves better.
He
worked hard.
deserves better. He's so much better than I am at baseball.
Yeah, fortunately, I've ripped enough that I can kind of tell most of the guys' base cards at this point.
Sure.
But if you haven't ripped a lot of it, it might be hard to tell if you've got a base or not. Here's one. I always put these aside. It's Kyle Gibson. He's a pitcher for the Phillies. I went to high school with him. And,
Dude, let's go.
He, I believe he got a ring for the the NLCS this year.
Dude, that's awesome.
I PC him.
Sure, keep it. Keep the base cards.
I've got 50.
Anytime you pull Kirk Cousins'
got-
base cards, you let me know.
I've
too.
got 50 of his sitting at home. I don't know what I'm going to do with them because
I have a couple, maybe even 1,000 Kirk Cousins base cards over there. He used to do a camp up in Michigan, and I would give him a bunch of cards and he'd sign them
Nice.
and give them in like the kids' like gift bags or whatever.
Nice.
And since COVID, we haven't had the camp, so I've been stashing them ever since. And I heard that there was a Kirk Cousins camp this summer, and I was a little salty because I didn't get the invite. And so I reached out to him, and he said that there is a camp, but it's not like his camp. It's like somebody he's sponsoring somebody else doing a camp. I was like, well, whenever you want to. And the thing is, our kids are like the same age. So like his kid's like 7. Like in the summer, he's got more. He's got dad time that he wants to do. So I get that. So that camp may never happen again. But if it does, I got the base cards to supply a few years. Dude, look! Are you kidding me? Look at this.
Oh dang!
What?
That is awesome. You got so that's going to be one of the top loaders, autographed, and you're going to
look at this. So I get this. And it has a redemption piece to it. There's no code here. I can show this, right?
Yeah.
Look at that. Rafael Devers. Just auto. Just sitting on top of there. Talk to me. We're each on box 2 of 3. We're ripping a case. Market research is what we call this. Ken Griffey. Nice.
Okay. Oh, you got a refractor in the back.
Uh-oh.
Green refractor. I think those are out of 99.
Vlad Sr.
Not bad.
Numbered out of 99. Nice.
Ken Griffey Jr.
Numbered?
Out of 150. Blue out of 150.
Okay. Team color match, though?
It's a nice card.
Yeah. I feel like Travis Swaggerty was a name you said earlier, or was that just
I did not, but he is a guy that he could have some potential. Yeah, I think he actually played for the Indianapolis Indians.
That's what it was. I think we were talking about that the other day. Different guys that played.
Yeah, it's fun to see some of those guys when they come down. I saw last year Hunter Green,
Nice.
pitcher for the Reds, play the Indians, and I just remember we were in the 7th inning. Oh, that's a nice hit. The hometown advantage.
How about that?
Field advantage.
I'm ready for
Pretty
the
solid.
cheater comments are coming, but that's, I mean,
Is
the
that
dude.
Altuve?
Yeah.
Nice.
The dude's got a
Doesn't
lot
matter.
of.
People like him despite, we talked about this. You can get the signals and know what pitch is coming. You still got to hit the ball.
Yep.
And he can put the bat on the ball.
I hate what they did, but the fact that they went and won the World Series this year, I think validates how good they were then as well.
Yeah.
It's like, the only reason they won was because they cheated. I hate that they did what they did, but they came back and won it this year. So it's hard to, I know it's not exactly the same guys, but it's a lot of the same core. I know everybody in the world was rooting against them. Seen a couple Brandon Hughes rookies for the covers.
So there's a home run. There's an insert that's a home run challenge card. I don't know that I've pulled one yet, but I've always thrown them away. I started reading them this year, and you actually, if you pick the date they hit a home run, you get a parallel card.
Okay. And then, so aren't there like options? Like you can try to get like. I forget what it was. I feel like there was a way to like double up on it, but it was like a high risk. So I've seen a couple of these. I feel like I've heard them called Rookie Cup. Like I pulled a J-Rod and a Bobby Witt. Like, do those have any value, or is it just a base card?
To me, no. Some people do think it holds value. What's interesting is guys that will have the Rookie Cup and be a rookie, like Wander Franco's rookie card last year had it.
There's somebody that has it. The guy for the Royals.
Bobby Witt?
No,
from last year. It doesn't hold value to me, but some people it does.
Okay.
Got a patch card coming, or a relic. People get upset when you call it a patch card, and it's not a patch if it's just one color. It's still a patch of their clothes. But I guess it could be a piece of baseball bat.
Tristan Casas. That was the guy that
Tristan Casas is another guy that I like, but I'm a Red Sox fan.
They were talking about him on the Sports Cards Nonsense podcast.
Yeah, he's a guy that they had pretty high.
I've really been liking that podcast a lot. I listen to it pretty much anytime I'm doing like mundane work.
Barry Larkin relic, game used. That'll go really well in your eBay shop.
There you go. Reds Nation. I played on the Reds. My little league team was the Reds. It was a cutthroat, competitive league back in the day. I'm kind of hyped about these Patrick Wisdom base cards, if I'm honest. The Reds and the Cubs and the Pirates. I know they're all in the same division, but those are my teams because the Pirates minor league team, AAA team, is in Indianapolis, and then the Cubs have just kind of always been my favorite team. But since I was on the Reds, here we go. There's another home run derby champion.
That's weird. I didn't get one in all the packs that I ripped yesterday.
That is weird because I think that's the third. Because I think I threw one away. I'll take that out.
They're probably worth throwing away, but I've never scratched one.
I like this idea of ripping packs to learn things. Like, this is a fun class that I'm at right now.
Yeah, honestly,
My
that's
most favorite class.
That's how I got back into the hobby. It's just I love to rip wax, and it helps me learn. I'm doing it with hockey right now. I'm trying to learn hockey because it's so big and it's growing, but it definitely helps. I did it with soccer. I learned a lot of soccer players that way. I have a pretty good soccer PC right now. At least I think it is. It's not as good as some people I know, but for someone who really didn't know much about European soccer and the players 2 years ago, I feel like I've got a pretty good collection going. And I've pulled some pretty big names.
Soccer is a tough stretch for me just because, like, baseball, I truly love baseball. I just have never really gotten into the hobby side of it. But, like, I don't have any passion for soccer whatsoever. I feel like if I went hard into soccer, it would just be trying to, get value, and I feel like the fun aspect wouldn't be there.
For me,
okay, here's a Suzuki Covers.
That's pretty cool.
I like that.
Yeah.
A couple Cubs cards here. PC action.
Yeah, for me, I just enjoy ripping wax so much. I don't really care what the product is. It's
line them up.
It's that chase of finding that big hit or getting something that you're not sure who they are.
Sure.
I PC, I collect. I think there's. You look at the hobby, and there's really kind of like 3 tiers of people. You've got your collectors, your investors, and your flippers. But I think in general, everybody has a little bit of each of them in them.
Sure.
And I personally, I have my own PC. It's not huge, but it's nice, and it's guys I like, and they may not be expensive or valuable cards, but they're cards I want. But really, I sell my cards so that I can buy more wax.
I feel like this is the guy.
Vinny, yeah.
That has the cup and the rookie symbol. Here's an auto. Vinny Pasquantino.
Oh, I gotta start. I think that's a 7 out of 76.
Yeah, that's how it was last year.
The Stars.
I love that they
I
do
think
that.
they're the Independence Day. Nobody. Roberto Perez for the Pirates.
Way better at baseball than us.
Unfortunately,
But
unfortunately, it's not worth the
hey, a little Angels goal though. You see Trout and Shohei in there.
celebrating.
There we go. Michael Harris, rookie and
Yep.
cup.
Michael Harris. It's interesting because baseball has has an agreement with Major League Baseball about when a guy is technically a rookie, and it usually changes to benefit tops. Like, I feel like Corbin Carroll could have had a base flagship rookie in this, but if they didn't hold him out for Series 2, they run the risk of not having a chaser. And
Sure.
if you don't have a guy to chase, then no one's going to buy the product. So, I mean, like last year's Series 2, I think you had O'Neal Cruz, and then the only real reason I think people bought the boxes were the chance at getting a Julio Rodriguez or a Bobby Witt short print, which in theory was supposed to be their flagship rookie, but that's up for debate now.
I got a green something. Ooh. Lennon
Green
Sosa
foil.
blue, and then we got Eli Morgan. Better at baseball than me.
Here, it's the pick the shot card. So
Okay.
you pick what game they hit the home run, and you get a parallel.
Dude, that's fun, man. I love that. I like that.
I mean, I don't know that I'm going to do that, but I'd give that to my kid and let him.
That's what I'm
play.
saying. Like, I'll line that up to where Truman and I can watch a baseball game. So this is interesting to me.
Got an auto.
I see this card, and I don't see any reason for it to be numbered.
Tyler Freeman auto. So if you look on the back,
It is numbered.
it's numbered out of 300.
Yeah.
So I think that is an advanced stat card, and I don't know what the advanced stat is. They used to have like a statistic on there, but I don't see what makes it unique. I may just not be looking at it correctly, but I agree. I don't see why that card should be numbered. That's one of the cards that I had overlooked in my
Sure.
stack going through it.
I kind of look forward to looking at the back of all these cards because I wouldn't know an SP if it hit me in the face. Like, I wouldn't know.
Yeah, that's the time-consuming thing, is going back through and looking, and that's where opening a case of a product like this can become really daunting.
Yeah.
You've already
That's why you're
gone
here.
through-
That's why I'm not doing this by myself.
Yeah, you can get bored with ripping real quick. Oh, this might be something nice. I can feel the back of it. That might be. It's out of 99. It's the NL average leaders, but if you feel the back of that,
Yeah. Interesting.
It feels different. I think this is maybe a heritage variation, but it's out of 99. I think the heritage variation's out of 88. That might be a vintage stock. Yeah. See how the Topps logo has the Topps has
Oh, yeah, okay. Vintage stock.
Yeah. I think that's vintage stock.
Interesting. So this might be a stupid question, but the reason the Orioles keep getting these top prospects is because they're sucking in the regular season. Like, how does the draft
I don't know how
work?
the draft works. I've never really paid attention to it. I just know that the Orioles have a phenomenal farm system. The other side of it is, like, you look at trades, like, look at the Juan Soto trade. The Padres didn't really give up much from their active roster.
Sure.
They gave up a lot of their prospects, like C.J. Abrams. They gave him up. He didn't really perform to what people were hoping he would, but I think that's part of the problem with prospecting right now is that guys that are going to be, they'll be everyday players, but people hype them up like they're going to be the next Mike Trout. But anyway, I think guys like that, you see a lot of trades where they get rid of their prospects for guys that are all-stars. And so it's one team building for today and one team building for tomorrow, and it benefits them both.
Interesting.
So
that's something that you'll never see in football. You know, like that's impossible to do, really.
Yeah, because there's no farm system. Go, Michael Harris purple. That's out of
75?
75.
75?
Is that 75? Yeah, 75. That's a solid card too.
Nice.
A little bit of a line. You can see
Yeah.
you see it in this line through
Yeah.
there where they missed the print. That stinks. That would have been a really nice card to grade. I like him a lot, but sorry.
No, you're good.
Not bad. I think that'll be out of 75.
Let's go.
Man, you're killing it. I wish I had your case.
So I just got a Brett Beatty, 23 of 50.
Not bad.
Okay.
Pretty solid. I think he has a lot of potential this year.
I'm feeling like that's
the
awful
Mets are pretty good as well. Was that the first pack of your last box?
Yeah. I forgot to even do my little toppers there.
I love the silver packs. I wish they would make that its own product. But it is nice that it's a little bit shorter print.
All right. I got nine packs
Here
left.
we go. Nolan Gorman game used memorabilia out of 199.
For the Braves?
The Cardinals.
Oh, Cardinals. I'm not paying attention.
The one card that I've been looking for a long time to pull, and I actually pulled one yesterday, is, I forget what they call it. It's clear, but it's out of 10. I pulled a Christian Yelich.
That's right. You showed me that
Yesterday, and it's a
and that
pretty
was out
cool
of
card.
Jumbo that you pulled that, or
Out of Jumbo. No, it was out of Hobby.
Oh, okay.
It was out of Hobby. What was weird is they're usually your numbered cards, your hits, your color. They're usually in the same place in a pack, whether it's Hobby or Jumbo. This card was literally the first card in the pack.
Huh.
And then I had my hits on top of it.
Wow.
So I don't know. Maybe sometimes they do stuff like that where the bigger cards are the first card, but
You know, it's interesting that you say that because when I was doing that break the other night of Donner's football, like the numbered cards were just like randomly thrown in like that.
yeah,
There's Otani foil.
nice.
Destroyed corner. But Jose Brady.
Not bad.
Chicago.
Game used. Xander Bogaerts city patch.
Boston.
And a Corey Lee rainbow.
I'd like to go to Boston.
Fun city. Fenway is a fun park.
I feel like Truman is like just old enough to where he would like appreciate like Wrigley or some of the other fun parks, but like Roman is absolutely not going to pay attention that long.
It's almost not worth going. We went
Okay, Tristan Casas.
nice. Man, you're killing it with the rookie color. I must have gotten a bad case.
This is Tristan Casas green out of $4.99.
I heard they made the jumbo boxes more loaded this year to try to get people off of retail.
I like that move.
They used to have they have the saying hangers or bangers. With Topps Update, I bought probably 2022 Topps Update. I probably bought close to 50 boxes, 50 hanger boxes. I didn't buy a single Hobby or Jumbo box. And I pulled I pulled some straight fire out of that stuff.
Really?
I pulled a
I remember you telling me to look for
I
that.
pulled a Julio Rodriguez out of $2.99, and they got a PSA 10. I pulled a Bobby Witt out of 75, a Bobby Witt out of 125. All of them,
All from retail.
all of them gemmed, all of them from retail hangers.
Wow.
So I mean, the $12 hangers.
Yeah.
You know, you can even at Meyer, where Meyer usually is more expensive than anything on retail. Their hangers were $12, and I mean, I pulled a Mike Trout game used memorabilia relic out of 25.
I mean, that's in retail. That's wild to me. I've spent a lot of time in my life telling people to not rip retail, at least in football. I mean, if you can get it at like Walmart for $20, $25 a blaster, that's one thing. But like on the secondary market, when sometimes they go for like the Mosaic football blasters are going for like $50 or $60, I just feel like the chances of winning very small.
You almost have to look at it as like a risk reward. You know, like what's the cost of this box versus what's the cost of a hobby box? And at some point, you just got to say, I'd rather go buy the hobby box because I have guarantees.
Well, it's like, you know, at Meyer, at least here in Kokomo, a lot of times the blasters are $35.
Yeah.
And
Meyer is so expensive.
yeah. My thought on that is like, okay, if I got the 76,
76 out of
Baltimore Royals.
2 out of 1 case.
Okay, Mike Trout.
Not
City
bad.
Connect.
Yeah, that might be numbered. Check the back of it.
$2.99.
There you go.
There's a Adley Rushman greatest hits.
It's an insert.
Yeah. But like what I see is like, okay, if you did a blaster from Meyer every week, that is like $150-ish after taxes. That's like, when I look at that, I say, okay, you know, our bronze box for our subscription box is $160. If you have a subscription, it's $160. I'll take one of our silver boxes over 4 retail boxes like any day.
Oh, absolutely. Because you're getting
6 hobby packs. One of them's guaranteed to have some quality in it. The other ones are random, and you have a chance at getting something big. Yeah, I've yet to do the video yet where I compare them.
You know, it's crazy. The reason I think you see people will buy retail, especially tops. I think last year, all of the big name rookies had their one-of-ones pulled out of retail products. So Wander Franco was pulled out of a retail product. I believe Julio Rodriguez and Bobby Witt were both pulled out of a retail product. I mean, how do you not buy that?
Yeah.
Especially when a hanger is $12 and a blaster is $19.
Right.
You know, yeah, you can look at it as, well, I can go buy a hobby box for $80, but I mean, at the same time, you're walking by and you see that they're stocked while you're buying whatever else you're at the store for. Throw that in the cart for $12.
Yeah.
And you've got a shot at a one-of-one. Like, why not? I think Topps is better with their retail product, and I don't know that Panini or that Fanatics is going to want to continue that.
Yeah, I mean,
At least not at the price. I mean, I could see Fanatics wanting to. I know you probably have more insight than I do on it, but I think Fanatics, if they stay the retail route, is going to want to put hobby product in retail.
that would shock me very much. So
Yeah.
so something that I've recently learned is Fanatics has at this point nearly doubled the amount of hobby shop accounts that they have. As you know, it was pretty exclusive to be able to get allocation for hobby shops.
Right.
Like I do not have an allocation, and you know we're a pretty big company in terms of how much wax we go through on a monthly basis. I still don't have an allocation with Panini. I don't have a distributor. That's a whole other conversation. But Fanatics has more than doubled the amount of hobby shops that have direct allocations. I think in doing that is going to eliminate the possibility of them putting hobby in retail.
Well, why do they care, though? Why wouldn't they want it everywhere?
I think from what I understand, they're very much going for
Culture.
the biggest chunk of the pie, and so therefore I think they would rather sell hobby direct from their website. As we've seen Panini do a little bit here and there, I think it's going to be like, I mean, I would say they're going to compete with like Blowout and David Adams in terms of how much they have on their website.
Interesting.
Could be wrong.
I like going to the card shop and buying, but even with a retail exemption, it gets expensive. And if you can get it for cost.
Yeah, so that's another thing too from talking to my card shop friends. The chunk that Fanatics has taken compared to the chunk that Panini took,
Smaller?
way bigger.
Oh, really?
Like shops are gonna have to redo the way they do things. Like they're gonna have to go back to the drawing board. I mentioned that they took on almost twice as many vendors. So now Fanatics is in a place where they can say, hey, if you don't like it,
Someone else will.
someone else will. What I do love about Fanatics is that their goal right now is to go and get 10 times the amount of collectors that are in the hobby. Like they have a marketing plan where they believe that is possible. Now, I don't necessarily believe that's possible, but the fact that that's in the game plan, I like to see where that goes.
Well, even 2X would be
Yeah.
phenomenal.
Yeah, I mean, it would change the game. To completely change the game. All right, I'm finishing up my last pack here. Josh Smith going to be my last rookie. All right, dude. Jared, thank you. That was a lot of fun. I'll make a little recap video of like our best stuff. We're going to go ahead and get off of here. I got some more questions for Jared that we're going to run through. Stay tuned for that video, guys. Thank you for watching.